Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY as we're heading into a new trading week. So we want to talk about the DXY. It seems like the DXY wants to trade a little higher, wants to move a little higher. We're going to take a look at that in a minute when I zoom in, but overall the pattern remains unchanged. Really, the structure of this chart doesn't need to change until the DXY breaks above $105.88. So everything is covered, within that resistance range. The scenario that we are in a wave 2 corrective rally doesn't change until we get a sustained break above that level. And ideally that break needs to be in 5 waves. The structure to the upside is extremely choppy, extremely sloppy, and it just looks like a corrective rally. So we're going to zoom in a minute and take a look. Can you, by the way, see that this might form something that resembles a bit of a head and shoulders pattern, even though it's not crystal clear, but actually there is something that looks a little bit like a head and shoulders, right? Yep, we had a bit of a fake out. I'm not sure if that's really a beautiful head and shoulders, but have your left shoulder ahead, and this might be our right shoulder, which would then follow through nicely with our primary wave count, which overall expects the price, or the DXY I should rather say, to reverse in this red resistance zone and start that third wave to the downside. So the overall idea, and I might leave that line on there, but I will change the color to red. Okay, so this is going to be our neckline for a potential head and shoulders, even though we have that fake out there, so I'm not entirely happy with it, but that's it still looks a bit like head and shoulders. Anyway, if we call it head and shoulders or not, Elliott wave would suggest currently that it's very likely that we see it play out, and that at some point in the near future we should see the start of that third wave breakdown. The idea is still that the DXY topped here in September 22. Then we had a 5-wave move down. Because we had a 5-wave move down, we typically would like to see further downside. It typically means something else is outstanding to the downside. Yeah, 5 waves down should be normally followed by 3 waves up, A, B, C, in a flat structure. That happened. And indeed, it could be that now this 5-wave move down actually started to unfold in October last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low $90 region would be an ideal target area. So that's what I'm watching from a DXY structural point of view. When would I change my perspective to something more bullish? Well, I would have to do that if we get a break above 105.88. At least that would be a first indication that something else is going on. Really, with the current count as it is, I cannot continue if we get a break above the October 2023 high. So a break above that $107.35 level would suggest that something more bullish is going on. So what would that be? It would be a larger A, B, C structure, and this B wave would simply reset a little higher. This would be possible because this B wave so far did by far not max out what it can do. So, okay, so that would be my alternative. At the moment, the short-term trend is up, and I have to expect it to go a little higher until I see a first 5-wave move to the downside. In the last video, this week, whenever you listen to this, I mentioned that it takes minimally a break below $102.76, better a break below $101.94 to suggest that the third wave down has started. Now we haven't broken any of those levels, so the short-term trend, as you can see, is up. It's making higher highs and higher lows. I think this might have been a first ABC structure, okay, in wave 2, but wave 2 seems to extend higher. So it's entirely possible that this here grew into a larger A, here even. It's a bit difficult to see. It's a very, very sloppy structure. We might now be in this C wave to the upside already. There will be various forms of, there's so many structures how this could develop. Further micro counting doesn't make much sense, but if this is now a C wave that started, we might end somewhere in the upper range here. But please be aware that the next resistance is at around $104.28. There is Fibonacci resistance now at 103.96, then 104.75 and 105.88, which is also structural resistance. We might actually max it out. We'll see. Either way, at the moment in the very short term, I have to go with the trend which is up, but I'm watching very closely in this region for a first 5-wave pattern to the downside, which would suggest the onset of wave 3. At the moment while I record this video, this confirmation that wave 3 has started is not there yet. Okay, we haven't got it. Okay, that's my update about the DXY. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, please check out the Stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.